Boy Live.
Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of Tangent Boy Live, a place where you'll get one song, one snack, and one great story. Today I'm going to feature my song, Rusty Bucket Stew. I'm going to give you some insight into the writing and recording of the track. Then I'm going to actually show you how to make Rusty Bucket Stew. Then I'll finish it off with a great story of how I met Grammy Award winner, amazing pianist, amazing songwriter, Jon Cleary from New Orleans. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, follow, and share. Let's get this thing going. Rock on.
All right. Anybody hungry? Oh, listen up. Chop up some taters and dooley too. Throw in some onions, some of that cabbage that you grew. Garlic and spices, throw it all in the pot, almost through.
Rusty Bucket Stew. I recorded this song for the album Zombies and Porn, released in 2024. Little backstory. Anytime my wife goes out of town to visit family, I am in this studio writing and recording. When I do that, I will make a soup like chicken noodle soup or Rusty Bucket Stew so I can have something to eat after a long day of recording. I can just throw it on the stove, heat it up, and I'm good. Last year, my wife went out of town to visit her family, so I made Rusty Bucket Stew. It's basically cabbage, potatoes, and kielbasa. I usually use smoked sausage. Anyway, I made this soup. We ate it. My daughter Erin was still here, and we ate it for a couple days as I was recording. And then on July 4th, my mom invited us to her house because she had some family in town. Lo and behold, we went over there. She made the same darn soup. So my poor daughter and I ate Rusty Bucket Stew for like 4 days in a row, which is kind of fun. I immediately came home that night with a full belly and sat in this studio and said, I got to write a song about this. And I decided to write a song kind of like Dr. John New Orleans style, funky blues, kind of like Mess Around. Some of you might remember Ray Charles' version. Well, Dr. John does a really kick-ass version of that song. So I decided to write it on piano. And voila, I created the song Rusty Bucket Stew. It's basically, the lyrics are about getting your family together and enjoying a bowl of soup. I'm going to attempt to play this on acoustic guitar. I have not played it on piano since I wrote it. That's one thing with my piano songs. I write the piano, I play it, I push record, and it's instantly deleted from my brain. I don't know what the deal is with that. I would have to sit and practice this song all day. Not gonna do it. I'm just gonna pick up the guitar and play it. I hope you like it. Check it out.
Chop up some taters and dooley too. Throw in some onions, some of that cabbage that you grew. Garlic and spices, throw them in the pot, almost through. One more thing to do. Make some cast iron cornbread, have yourself some Rusty Bucket Stew. Oh yeah. Tell your mama, gonna tell papa. Invite your cousins, some of them friends you ain't saw. You know they're gonna like it. Sip some of that homemade brew. Yeah, me too. Extra seats at the table. Share that Rusty Bucket Stew. Get some. Dance till morning, ain't too late. Satisfy that appetite and go on, have another plate. That homegrown concoction, put some porridge on my spoon till I get real full. Go on and help yourself. Oh, that Rusty Bucket Stew. Get some. Chop up them taters and dooley too. Then some onions, some of that cabbage that you grew. Garlic and spices, throw them in the pot, almost through. One more thing to do. Make some cast iron cornbread, have yourself some Rusty Bucket Stew. Oh yeah. Make some cast iron cornbread, have yourself some Rusty Bucket Stew. All right.
All right, let's make some Rusty Bucket Stew. You'll need a head of cabbage, some beef smoked sausage, 3 potatoes, garlic, an onion, pepper, red pepper flakes, and a pot. Wash up them taters, chop them up, and then add them to the pot. Fill up your pot halfway with water, put it on the stove, add some salt, some pepper, red pepper flakes. Cook it on high for about 30 minutes. Chop up a bunch of garlic, add it to the pot with them taters. I personally don't like a lot of onion, but if you do, throw it in. Now I'm gonna get jiggy with it. I'm gonna add cayenne pepper, some chili powder, and some parsley flakes. Now chop up your smoked sausage, add it to the pot, and go ahead and stir it up. Always wash your cabbage, chop it up, and throw it in. I always add more pepper and more pepper flakes. Now turn it down to medium and let it cook for about 30 more minutes. And then smell the goodness. Oh my gosh. Stir it up and make yourself a bowl. You gotta add more pepper. And boom.
Hot. But good.
All right, it's story time. Gonna tell you a story about how I met Grammy Award winner Jon Cleary. He is an amazing pianist, amazing vocalist. He has played and performed with Eric Clapton, Taj Mahal, B.B. King, Bonnie Raitt. The list goes on. I first found out who he was because my wife and I were walking around in Franklin, noticed at the Franklin Theater that John Scofield was going to be there. John Scofield's one of the best jazz guitar players that ever walked the earth. I've always liked him, loved him since I went to Berkeley back in the early 90s. Anyway, I had to see him, so we bought tickets. A couple weeks later, went to the show, and it's just John Scofield and Jon Cleary on stage together, grand piano and guitar. We got great seats. John Scofield sitting 5 feet away from me, playing his guitar, and then Jon Cleary starts playing and singing that grand piano and just blew us away. He is absolutely a fantastic musician, fantastic singer. If he's ever in your town, you have to go see him. You will not be disappointed. We watched the show. It was fantastic. He sang funky tunes, jazz tunes, religious hymns, brought my wife to tears on one of them. I mean, it was fantastic. After the show, went out to the main auditorium, got to meet him, bought a couple of his CDs. If you're interested in his music, download the live album, Mo Hippa. You will not be disappointed. It is awesome. Anyway, that's how I met Jon Cleary. That's my story, and I'm stuck to it.